Ever wondered what that little turbo badge on modern cars really means? From tiny city cars to powerful sports sedans, turbocharged engines are everywhere. They promise more power, better fuel economy, and a thrilling driving experience. But with great power comes great responsibility and complexity. Ignoring the needs of a turbocharged engine can lead to some seriously expensive repair bills. So, in today's video, we're diving deep into the world of turbocharging. We'll explain how they work, weigh the pros and cons, and uncover the most common failures you need to watch out for. By the end, you'll know exactly how to keep your turbo engine running strong and avoid those costly trips to the mechanic. Let's get started. First, how does a turbocharged engine actually work? Think of a turbocharger as a powerful air pump for your engine. It uses your car's own exhaust gases to spin a turbine. This turbine is connected to a compressor, which sucks in fresh air, pressurizes it, and forces it into the engine's cylinders. More air means you can burn more fuel, and more fuel means more power. All of this happens without making the engine physically bigger. It's a clever way to boost both power and efficiency. But here's the catch: turbochargers operate under extreme conditions. They can spin at over 150,000 revolutions per minute, that is faster than a jet engine, while being blasted by super hot exhaust gases. This combination of incredible speed and intense heat is what makes them so powerful, but also so sensitive. Proper maintenance isn't just a suggestion, it's a necessity. Now for the good stuff, the pros of having a turbo. The biggest advantage is, of course, power. A small, lightweight turbocharged engine can easily produce the same power as a much larger, heavier, naturally aspirated engine. This is why you see tiny 1.5-liter engines in SUVs that feel surprisingly quick off the line. It allows manufacturers to downsize engines without sacrificing that fun-to-drive feeling. This downsizing leads to another major benefit: fuel efficiency. During everyday driving, when you're not flooring it, that smaller engine is sipping fuel. You get the power when you need it and the economy when you don't. It's the best of both worlds. Turbocharged engines are also better for the environment. Smaller engines naturally produce fewer emissions, and modern turbo systems are designed to optimize combustion, further reducing a car's environmental footprint. And here's a cool bonus for anyone living in mountainous regions. Naturally aspirated engines lose power at high altitudes because the air is thinner. A turbo, however, compensates by compressing that thin air, so you maintain performance even when you're driving up a mountain. This ability to deliver consistent power, better fuel economy, and a more exciting drive is why turbocharging has become so popular. Of course, it's not all sunshine and horsepower. Turbocharged engines have their downsides. The most significant one is complexity. A turbo system adds a lot of extra parts: the turbo itself, an intercooler to cool the compressed air, complex plumbing, and sophisticated electronic controls. More parts mean more things can potentially go wrong, and repairs are often more expensive. All that compressed air and spinning machinery generates a ton of extra heat. This puts a greater thermal load on your engine. Without a robust cooling system and high-quality oil, critical components like pistons, valves, and bearings can wear out much faster. This is why turbo engines are so demanding when it comes to maintenance. Then there's the infamous turbo lag. This is the slight delay you feel between hitting the gas pedal and the turbo kicking in to deliver its power boost. Modern technology has made turbo lag much less noticeable, but it can still be present, especially at low engine speeds. Some drivers find it annoying, while others kind of like that sudden surge of power. Another thing to consider is fuel consumption under heavy load. While a turbo engine is efficient during gentle cruising, it can be quite thirsty when you're driving aggressively. Forcing the turbo to produce maximum boost requires a lot of extra fuel. So if you have a heavy foot, you might find your fuel economy isn't as great as you hoped. Finally, maintenance is more critical and often more costly. These engines are very particular about the type and quality of oil you use. You can't skip oil changes. The air filter needs to be clean. Neglecting these simple things can lead to catastrophic turbo failure. And when a turbo does fail, replacing it is not a cheap job. So, what are the most common failures you should watch for? Topping the list is the turbocharger itself. Due to the extreme heat and speed, it's a high wear component. The number one killer of turbos is oil problems, either using the wrong kind of oil, not changing it on time, or oil starvation from low levels or blockages. If you hear a high-pitched whining or grinding sound from the engine, see blue or black smoke from the exhaust, or feel a sudden loss of power, your turbo might be in trouble. Oil-related issues are the root of most turbo problems. Oil doesn't just lubricate the turbo's spinning shaft, it also cools it. If the oil flow is restricted or the oil breaks down from heat, the bearings inside the turbo will fail in a hurry. Always use the full synthetic oil recommended by your manufacturer and stick to the service schedule religiously. Next up are problems with the intake system. The pipes and hoses that carry compressed air from the turbo to the engine can develop leaks or cracks. The intercooler, which cools the air, can also get blocked or damaged. A leak in this system means you're losing boost pressure. You'll notice a loss of power, engine hesitation, and maybe a whistling or hissing sound when you accelerate. Carbon buildup is another common enemy, especially in modern direct injection engines. Tiny carbon deposits can form on the intake valves, restricting airflow and hurting performance. Symptoms include a rough idle, engine misfires, and a general sluggish feeling. This isn't unique to turbos, but it can be more pronounced in these engines. Because turbos generate so much heat, the cooling system has to work extra hard. A failing water pump, a clogged radiator, or a bad thermostat can quickly lead to overheating. In a turbocharged engine, overheating can cause severe damage not just to the engine itself, but also to the turbo. Never ignore your temperature gauge. Finally, you can have issues with the boost control system. Modern turbos use electronic sensors and valves, like a wastegate, to manage how much boost is produced. If one of these components fails, you could get either too much boost, called overboost, or not enough. Overboost is dangerous and can damage your engine's internal parts, while underboost just leaves you with a slow car. Either way, it usually triggers a check engine light. So, with all these potential issues, how can you keep your turbocharged engine happy and reliable for years to come? The good news is, it's mostly about diligent maintenance and good driving habits. First and foremost, regular oil changes are non-negotiable. Use the exact high-quality synthetic oil your car's manufacturer specifies and change it on schedule, or even a little sooner if you drive hard. This is the single most important thing you can do. Next, give your engine a moment to warm up. Don't start the car and immediately floor it. Let the engine run for a minute or so to allow the oil to circulate and reach the turbo before you demand heavy acceleration. The same rule applies in reverse. After a long, hard drive, especially on the highway or up a mountain, don't just shut the engine off immediately. Let it idle for a minute or two. This cool-down period allows the oil to carry away excess heat from the red-hot turbo, preventing oil from baking onto the bearings, a problem known as coking. Always use high-quality fuel, as recommended in your owner's manual. Low-quality fuel can lead to engine knock, which is especially damaging to a high-compression turbocharged engine. Every now and then, visually inspect the hoses and pipes connected to your turbo and intercooler. Look for cracks, loose clamps, or signs of oil leaks. And finally, listen to your car. If you hear any strange new noises, whining, hissing, grinding, or notice smoke or a sudden loss of power, get it checked out immediately. Catching a small problem early can prevent a massive repair bill down the road. In conclusion, turbocharged engines are true marvels of engineering. They offer a fantastic blend of power, efficiency, and driving excitement that has reshaped the modern automotive landscape. Yes, they are more complex and require a bit more care than their naturally aspirated counterparts, but they are not inherently unreliable. By understanding how they work, respecting their needs, and staying on top of maintenance, you can ensure your turbocharged engine remains a source of joy, not a source of stress. Treat it right, and it will reward you with thrilling performance and surprising efficiency for a very long time. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next one. Drive safe, and we'll see you in the next video.